What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? Y'all, solo dating. It's a thing. It's a thing. All right, y'all. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I'm thinking about going live tomorrow, but I got to go get my nails done. And I want to actually do a live on it and get some of y'all ideas. Okay, let's talk about it. I was watching this young lady on TikTok the other night, and I was just scrolling through different areas in my area that I could go that I'm just not familiar with, maybe a couple of cities over. And so I typed into TikTok because people do really good short videos over there, and I'm sure they're over here on YouTube as well. But they do great short videos and give you little snippets of where to go. Here's this place. Here's this place. Because, like I said, I'm like everybody else. You get so bogged down in work, and all you want to do is rest. And yes, I'm her. But I thought, you know what? So that you don't get in this funk, you have to create things that you want to happen. And it doesn't have to take a whole lot of money. In other words, you do what you do based on, your income, your temperament, what you can and cannot stand, right? So I was like, this was a fabulous idea. I absolutely love it. Some of you may already do it, have done it, semi do it. Well, she listed a bunch of different places of where she wanted to go and do and get herself involved in. Now, of course, there's not but so many hours in a day, so many days out of the week that we can actually do all this unless you're retired like mama is over there. But when you know you still have to work and put it in at work, but then the weekend, perhaps, unless you take vacation, is the only time you're able to do that. And so, being that you can't do everything in one day, so she listed all these different places and all these different things that she wanted to do. So she'll have something to look forward to. So again, you don't have that, oh, all I do is work. All I do is da 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 da. So again, she listed all these different places that she wanted to do, like take a pottery class, go to a flower farm, go pick fruit, go to the park. You again list all these things that you, not somebody else, but something that you want to do. But you just haven't found time, or you're so overwhelmed with so many choices that you don't even make a choice. So I think this is fabulous. This is what she did. Like I said, she listed everything down. Like, as an example, I'm going to write on this post-it, go to a park. Okay? Okay, so she had that written down on a piece of paper. Go to a park. Okay? So what she did, she just balled that piece of paper up, folded it over, and she stuck it in. Y'all, I ain't even got no props. She sticks it in a cup. Right? Let's just say this is a cup. She puts it in a cup. Hold on. Let me make it look good. Hold on. Okay, y'all. So here's the cup. So she puts that in the cup. Then she said, you know what? Go work out. Go to gym. Work out. Right? So again, I've got that. Go to gym, work out. Now, your workout could be walking around your neighborhood. Again, that could be something that you put in. So you put that in there. And then you say, you know what? Go to a pottery class. Again, she puts that in there. And again, it could, whatever your is, go to a vintage shop. go to the flea market, go to the Goodwill. I mean, again, whatever. And what she do, she get herself dressed, and even if she gets dolled up, and she picks out that one, go to the gym, then that means you got to change into your gym clothes and go to the gym, and work out for an hour or whatever. So anyway, this is your cup, and of course she had it filled up with a bunch of different stuff that she wanted to do. So like on a Saturday morning, she'd get up, get dressed, and shake it up. And then you pick one out, open it up, and open it up. And this one says, go to the gym. So that means you get up, you go change your clothes out if you're not dressed for the gym, and you go work out for the gym. And then maybe later on, if you come home and you're feeling good and you still got some time in the day, you can go back in there. And like I said, she had this thing full of stuff that she wanted to do. And I said, you know what? That is, to me, that spoke to me, because I'm like, I can't tell you how many times you're coming up on the weekend. It's like, you know what? What should I do? What should I do? Now, again, this is outside of stuff that you have to do. Like, you have to go to Sam's Club and stock up on this. That kind of stuff is never going to go away, right? Because we are a consumer of goods and services. But when you just want to get away and do something different, or, your lifestyle, your budget. Suppose, like, as an example, I've always wanted to go to a speakeasy. So, again, that's something that you could put in there. Go to a speakeasy, or, whatever. And then go and just, again, it all fits into the solo dating, where you're dating yourself. You don't have to wait on other people to go with you or blah, blah, blah. No, you're living your life based on what you want to. What's that thing? Be the change you want to see. So sometimes in your life, you have to do things that you want to see. And again, you might have another cup that you put over there, like if you want to take a 2-day getaway, right? Well, of course, you wouldn't put that in your, this thing. You might label it, okay, this is my weekend getaway, where you're going to have to, of course, schedule. And you might do that, pick that, go ahead on and schedule it for the next weekend, or how soon you can make it happen. And then that, okay, I'm going to incorporate little trips, or you might have a cup where you put in there what you can, do once a year. And you might say, okay, go to Las Vegas, or go to Colorado, because you've always wanted to see the mountains. And see, that's me. I've always wanted to go to Colorado, and Now, that ain't the only place that has mountains. Or I've always wanted to take a hot air balloon ride, right? So, you find states that cater to that, and you just have that in that cup. So when it's time to do that, it's like, okay, I'm coming up in 30 days. I want to take a trip somewhere. So you pull out of that cup and say, okay, it's going to be boom, 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 boom. And again, you cater that based, again, on your financial status, on what you can do. I think when I said that just appealed to me. That appealed to me, because I'm thinking, you know what? If you don't plan it, you won't do it. And if you do it intentionally, in that the word intentionally, put stuff like that. And I thought, you know what? That is something I want to start doing for Tanya. Because if you don't, you'll get in this funk, or you'll get in that place where you're lazy and you just like, man, I'll just sit on the couch. And there are going to be days like that and weekends like that where I'm going to sit on that couch and find me a good show, or cuddle up with me a good book, or get into the Bible and read my word and get minutes. We're all going to still have those things. But I thought, you know what? There's life out there that's happening that I don't necessarily feel like I'm missing out, but sometimes we got to get out of that funk. And sometimes changing your atmosphere, changing your focus, and just really truly enjoying all the beautiful thing the world and God has created for we can, so that we can experience it for the free. Like there's this place I want to go to where you can make candles, or you can make your own lipstick or little stuff like that. Doesn't cost a whole lot of money. You know, a $40 or $50 class, and you come out and you've made your own signature two tubes of lipstick. You know, just something different. Or go to a sip and paint. Yeah. You go, you paint a little picture. They've even got a rug making class where you can make a little tapestry. Just, again, those things that you know appeal to you. You might be a person that you just are a flea market person. So those are the things you can put. And you'd be surprised what other cities, or even in your local town that you reside, you'd be surprised how many activities they got going on for the free right there on the weekend. But because we've been burnt out from working or whatever, we just, all we want to see is that couch. Isn't that the truth? But then I thought about, you know what? I don't want that to be always my story. So sometimes we miss out on doing things because we feel like we got to have somebody with us so we can talk about that experience with that person. No, sometimes you can just go out and enjoy it right by yourself, because you know your own temperament. You can stay as long as you want to. Sometimes when you're with somebody, you might just want to sit out in an open area and drink a cup of coffee and read a book, you know, and read 2 or 3 chapters, and it might take you an hour or two. Whereas sometimes when you're with people, they're like, okay, you ain't ready to go. You ready to go now? No, you ain't even got all that in your ear. And there'll be times where, yeah, you want to share things with some people. But then there's some times where, you know what? No, I just want to sit out here and let the sun hit my skin. The breeze is blowing. I just want to just sit out here, drink me a cup of coffee, drink a wine, you know, whatever you do. And I just want to people watch. You know? So anyway, I just thought that was fabulous. That is something that I know I can do and maintain and sustain. Even if I do it, if I only do it once a month, twice a month, you know, bi-weekly, you know, you can create your own memories. It doesn't necessarily always have to be with someone. And if you do have, or you might be a husband and wife, you're married, and you're like, you know what? Let's do something exciting. And you think about spontaneity. Some people, I get it, don't like spontaneity. But then there's some people that they love it, but they've run out of so many options. And they can just say, you know what? Let's go to a lounge. Let's just listen to some jazz, some live jazz. Or, you know, that question, y'all go back and where you want to eat, where you want to go, where you want to eat, where you going to go. This can solve all of that because you've already put in here the different places you want that you like. You know, you might like Italian. He might want just a John Brown steak and potato. You can put those restaurants in here, and maybe it's a different restaurant that y'all haven't tried, or it could be your tried and true. Again, whatever. This kind of stuff will squash it because you say, you know what, you pick. And if he says, no, you pick, one of y'all can pick. And let this be, you know, what solves the problem. What you want to do this weekend? What you want? Let's just go and do that. You know, a lot of times you think about, you know what? I got this cute little dress and I've never been able to wear it anywhere. Create your scenario where you can wear that cute little off-the-shoulder dress. I'm just telling you. See, that's why I say I know how to entertain myself. And then that way you'll have a cause to do whatever you want to do. So anyway, I just thought that was a I thought, you know what, that is and it was simple. Like I said, she had a little cup And she had that bad boy was filled up, and she was just like, you know what? This is what I'm gonna just start doing for me. And I thought, girl, I feel you. I love that. That's why it spoke to me when I was watching Tracy Ellis Ross little documentary that she does, where when she takes a look, she goes right on by herself. And eventually, if she ever gets married or get into a relationship, and she's able to, and she's, shares that with other people. But I get it. I get it. There's so many things out there in this beautiful world that, yeah, I know some people are apprehensive of going off by themselves and stuff like that. But then, you have your little get downs with you. Check the state that you're going to make sure you can carry this and carry that. You understand? And just do it. Be about it. Dating solo. It's a thing. And I love it. I absolutely love it. Yes, I love company. Yes, I love companionship and all of that. But I also know how to love me and be my own company. I know how to love me and be my own company. I know how to love me and be my own company. But anyway, I just wanted to share that, y'all. I might do a live and where we can just sit around and talk about it on this coming up Friday. I might just do a live on that. And again, I gotta do a couple of pit stop runs and get my nails did on Friday. And but yeah, I might just fire up a live, if you will. We can just sort of talk about it, and you all can express and share y'all's ideas. I love it. Like I said, I love that. I'm going to be thinking of things. I'm going to keep them in there, and I'm going to just be thinking of other little things. I've already started actually a list of different places I've always wanted to go. Oh, like in a city over from me, they do the Candlelight Orchestra concert. I mean, just something different, Yeah. But anyway, so like I said, I'm going to fill my cup. Fill my cup, Lord. I lift it up, Lord. Yes, I'm finna fill this cup of things to do. All right, y'all. Love you. God bless. And may the peace of the Lord be with you.